Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a tutorial using nothing new. I am so glad you guys left your suggestions and videos you guys would like to see and just your opinion on what I talked about in my previous video on being stuck on what to film and what direction to take my channel. And a lot of you guys still want to see tutorials, and if you guys want to see them, I'm here to give them to you. Now, a lot of you also said to do like looks using products I already have, and just basically doing looks with products that we have in our collection so that we can get through those products. And that's very true. That's something that I've been doing, putting to use a lot of my products. And I currently have a box full of skincare, makeup, perfumes, body care, hair care that I've been using up because I stopped buying so much like I was, and the products were just sitting there. So I decided to go through my collection and pick out and choose things that I already had that I wanted to use that I hadn't used in a while. And I specifically saw this palette that I've been wanting to use. I haven't used any of my Profusion palettes in a long time, so I pulled this baby out, and I know it has a lot of other fun colors, but I went neutral. But honestly, I feel like this look is very like Thanksgiving vibes, very like if you have a Friendsgiving, if you have a get together with your friends, it's very glam. And honestly, I was going like neutral, and then the glitter was like, hey, I'm here. So I was like, let me add a little bit of glitter. I did add some lashes, but it's some very like toned down lashes, the ones I like to wear. It just gives a little to the look, and it doesn't look so bare. So I think it's like Ardell Wispies, which are my absolute favorite. But yeah, I wanted to use this palette, and everything is Drugstore. Also, everything affordable, nothing new, Drugstore. Products that I have talked about that I love in the past, that I still love even though I haven't used in a while, but I still love them. So yeah, I hope you guys are excited to see this look. Let's get into it. Alright guys, we're going to start off with the e.l.f. Mint Cooling Primer. It is currently one of my favorite primers. I'm almost out of it, which is why I decided to use it in this video, because I'm just working on products that are almost done. I have a box full of finished products, and I'm just trying to add, it's kind of like a little game. I'm trying to add the most products that I can. Next, I'm going in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer because it is Drugstore and I needed a pore filling primer. This one's perfect. It goes well with any of my hydrating primers, especially if the hydrating primer is the e.l.f. one. I really like how this is very lightweight on the skin and it fills in my pores, but it doesn't dry my skin like other pore filling primers do. In this time, now that it's cold and the winter and fall, it gets cold, I get super dry around like my nose, lip area, and certain primers emphasize that a little more. So certain pore filling primers, and this one doesn't, which is why it's probably going to be the one I'm going to use for the rest of the year. Now for foundation, I'm using the CoverGirl Outlast foundation in 845 medium beige with the Wet n Wild sponge, which is one of my favorite drugstore sponges. I really like it. It's around like $3.99 or $4.99. Definitely worth the money, the $4 or $5 that it is. I bought the Halloween collection, I think last year, and it was like the green one, the purple one, um, and they bring different ones out with their collections. So if you don't find any of the other collections, they always have like a new color. Like right now, I think they have like a little, what is it, Hello Kitty or a certain collection, and they have like a baby pink and a baby blue. They're super cute. They're kind of on my list to pick up just because I feel like I can never have too many sponges. But this foundation just looks really nice on the skin. I love it. And I'm going in with my absolute favorite cream bronzer, which is this contour stick from Wet n Wild as well, and the e.l.f. Poreless Putty brush. I didn't like it to apply the Poreless Putty. I love it, and I mean love it, to apply cream
products, any cream bronzer or to blend out any cream blush. It's beautiful. It just blends out everything so nice and seamlessly. It doesn't pick up any product that I already have on my skin, which is why I love it. Now I'm using this angled brush to apply the contour on my nose, to do a little nose contour. And I like the angle brush better than just a regular eyeshadow brush that I was using, because it gives me a little more control to apply exactly where I want it, because the angle just allows me to do that much nicer than with a regular brush. And now I'm going to go in with this NYX Born This Way concealer, which was at the very back of my drawer, and I forgot how much I freaking love this concealer. I was kind of feeling like, I'm over all the concealers I have. None of them I'm loving. I miss my uh Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and then I saw this one and I was like, you know what? I remember liking this concealer a lot. Let me pull it out again, and yes, I am obsessed. I have gone through half of it since I pulled it out of my drawer, because I was just like, I'm over all the other concealers. They're not good. I'm honestly just trying to use them up and get through them so that they won't go bad and I won't have to throw them away. But I hadn't been excited about a concealer since before I started using this one, because they were all just like, they're good, but they don't feel like, oh my gosh, amazing. They don't give me like really nice under eye coverage or whatever the case may be. I just wasn't happy with my concealers. Next, to set my whole entire face, we're going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me powder, which is my absolute favorite from the drugstore, along with the e.l.f. one, but I still haven't placed my order online to get the matte one. So this one will do. I love this one either way. It's really, really good. And I just set everything on my face, even my contour, everything, everything, everything. I set it with this powder. It just gives my skin such a nice look, and everything I layer over this method, I feel like just looks flawless. And now let's move on to doing my brows with my NYX brow pencil, and let's also move on to the eyes. right, now I'm going to do the powder, bronzer, contour on my skin, and I'm using this Pixie palette. This is a part of their Pixie Pretties collection, the collab with Promise. I like these powders a lot because they're very creamy and they feel buttery, but they're soft. They apply so beautifully. They blend out so nicely. I feel like they never look like super intense or like I applied too much. They just look so nice, and they like top off that cream bronzer that I did very nicely. It ties everything together, you know, very good, which is why I have been using this palette a lot. I really like specifically that color that I pointed. Next, I'm going in with Milani's Berry Amore Baked Blush, my absolute favorite from them for the longest time. I love this blush. I like to apply it with a stippling brush because I feel like it gives me better coverage, more pigmentation, but also it blends it out nicer. I don't know if that's just me, but I just really like using a stippling brush over just a regular blush brush. Next, we're going to apply highlighter, and I'm going to use this little palette from Physicians Formula, which these are only $10. They have 3 different highlighters, and they're amazing. So buttery, so beautiful. I'm using the middle shade, and you guys can see how beautiful this highlighter is. And I like these because I feel like they don't emphasize so much of my texture. Like, I have texture regardless. I have big pores regardless. You know, using primers to cover that up does help sometimes, but I still have that texture. And with certain highlighters, that is emphasized a little bit more. But with these, since they're so buttery and creamy and smooth, I feel like it just doesn't emphasize it as much, which is why I love them. Next, we're going to do the lips, and I'm going to start off with the e.l.f. Retro Paradise lip liner, which I've told you guys a million bajillion times. They are my favorite lip liners. I am using the middle shade, and I think I always tell you guys the order of the numbers wrong because I just checked it the other day, and the darkest shade is shade number 1. The middle shade, which is this one, shade number 2, and the lightest shade is shade number 3. I had always told you guys the numbers like the opposite way. But yeah, I'm using shade number 2 to line my lips. And this color I feel like just went perfect with my headband. Now I'm going to pick one of these 2 lifter glosses, which is the lighter one. I think it's shade number 2. And I really like how the lips turned out. I hadn't used a lifter gloss in the longest because I was so hooked on just a clear gloss from Stila or the Essence one. But I pulled this one out because I was like, you know what? I need to start using other products. I'm almost done with this gloss specifically because it was my favorite shade. But yeah, love the look. This is a completed look. I really like how it turned out. And yeah.
So, what did you guys think of the look? I hope you guys liked it. I had a lot of fun filming this video. I actually enjoy pulling out the backdrop and doing tutorials. Today's look was honestly inspired by this brown headband. I've been loving brown, and I saw the headband because I was like, I'm gonna do my hair, but my hair has been very annoying lately. It's in that phase where it's, you know, when you cut it short, it becomes a little too long to how you like it, but you don't want to cut it short again. But then at the same time, I kind of do. I'm just in that phase. So I was like, let me bring back headbands because I feel like when my hair was shorter, I just didn't like the look of headbands with the short haircut. Now I'm liking them again because there's a little length to it. But yeah, I love how the look turned out. Let me know what you guys think. I'm glad I used this palette. I have another Profusion palette. Maybe I'll do another look. But I loved all the products. Definitely miss using these glosses. I hadn't used a lifter gloss in a while as well. And they're so just juicy and make your lips look so plump and nice. Love them. I hope you guys like this look. Thank you so much for watching, for all your support. If you guys have any more suggestions, any more video ideas, leave them in the comments down below. I will write them down. I have everything that you guys told me in the other video written down in my notes so that I can, you know, go from there and have more of what you guys want to see on the channel. So yeah, thank you again so much for all your support, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.